Yo, today I wanted to talk about stressful environments and how they can mold you, and how they are molding you, more or less. When I was growing up, I grew up in a shitty part of my town, single parent household, that old chestnut, and it's a stressful environment. You get it? Like, a lot of us grow up that way nowadays, and growing up in the ghetto and shit like that, and it is a stressful environment. You got to be on your toes. You got to be able to adapt and overcome on a daily basis. And that stress that is created in certain environments allows you, and actually makes you, become a real critical thinker and a fast critical thinker. You're not just thinking critically in the sense of risk and assessment. You're thinking more like life and death, and that life and death type of thinking becomes basically I don't think there's a term for this. There probably is, but it's just a real high pace critical thought. You know what I mean? You're adapting on the fly. You're thinking on the fly constantly. And when it comes to business, that kind of stressful environment, some people thrive in, man. Some people love that shit. But it's not good for everybody. And it's definitely not good for even the one person who likes it. We think it is, but then we go home and fucking, drink our sorrows away, or, do something fucking unproductive. Have some sort of fucking vice that kills us slowly. And you gotta take the good with the bad, right? Like, sometimes you can't avoid a stressful situation. And if you grew up in a stressful situation, then you understand how to accept it and adapt and move forward from it faster. If you're not, for example, this dude back here, he has not been in a stressful environment, and I don't plan on creating a stressful environment in his life. I do things on purpose because I was also, after, my childhood, my stressful childhood, I went to the Marine Corps. And that's another stressful environment that constantly teaches you to change, adapt, and overcome on the fly. Sometimes I'll do some military things around my house for him because I want him to be that kind of critical thinker, that guy who moves on his feet or thinks on his feet. But most of his life is going to be fucking Xbox and fucking YouTube. Like, that's just the way his life is going to be, because I understand what a stressful environment does to you mentally. I went through a lot of fucking anger issues as a child, and then in my fucking early adulthood, I was acting on those anger issues. I like to fight. You know what I mean? Being in the Marine Corps, you're almost allowed to fight. Like, you can kind of hash out these issues that you have with somebody with your fucking fist. And I love that shit. That was one thing that I fucking really liked. And as I was a young man, I would take that shit home. And when I took those things home, obviously, I fucking wanted to slap the shit out of my wife or my ex-wife on multiple occasions. But I fucking couldn't, you know what I mean? I couldn't just beat my fucking kids if they pissed me off. Go to fucking jail, right? So it caused me to bottle up all this anger. And then one day that shit fucking exploded, and I fucking developed a drug habit and did a bunch of wild shit. But that's why I don't create the stressful environment him. That's why I give it to him in little, just little bitty tidbits, because I want him to understand that he can be a critical thinker. And life isn't all fucking Xbox and YouTube. So what I'm really trying to get at is that we can use these stressful environments in fucking business, right? And I'm talking to a person that comes from a stressful environment and thinks that that is what is making them, right? Don't let that environment make you in a negative aspect, right? You're not this fucking anger-filled ball of fucking rage just because you grew up in the ghetto with a fucking crackhead dad and a single mother. You're not that type of fucking person. I mean, if that's who you are, you should probably seek some fucking counseling. But most of us just put on that facade because that's who we think we are, because we had come from there. And some of our friends didn't come from there. So we're like, oh, we're this kind of fucking person because of my environment. Yeah, you probably are. And you should probably seek some sort of fucking professional help for that. But the good part of that is that you're also a fast-paced critical thinker. You're able to think on your feet in a fucking snap, right? And most of the time, you're fucking right. And even if you're not right, at least you won't be drowning. And that's one thing that we don't take. And that's why kids from the fucking ghetto, people who start from, shitty circumstances, that's why they feel like they don't have a leg up. But really, you fucking do. Because just like him, kid who's not starting in a high stress environment, he doesn't have the leg up that I fucking have. I'm a critical thinker. Not only did I grow up in a shitty environment, in my fucking early adulthood, I went to the fucking United States Marine Corps and got deployed fucking twice, and just more fucking stress that I put in my life. He's not gonna have that. He's not gonna have it as good as I fucking have it. I can think on the fly and go, and I won't think twice about the fucking next step until this next thing is over with, right? If, for example, I'm driving my fucking car and I have a blowout in my fucking front two wheels and I can't steer any fucking way, I know that I can pump my fucking emergency brake to slow down, or, let go of the fucking accelerator, learn how to fucking steer in a certain way. I know how to do this shit, even though I've never done it. I just know that I can do that shit, and I won't think twice about it. And that's what will keep me alive, because I already know that I am kept alive from that like critical thinking that I have, that high-paced, high-stress critical thinking. I've kept myself alive on it. And not just in the Marine Corps, but, just throughout life. And if we take that and we apply it to our fucking businesses, it's like fucking hiring a fucking business consultant, right? It's like Pepsi paying fucking $100 million to some business fucking consultant to see where the next thing is, and then they wind up just saying, hey, you should get Cardi fucking B to do her little okay thing, and then mix it with the fucking okay thing from Little John. And that's a good idea. It's a great fucking idea, but it's not worth $100 million fucking dollars. To Pepsi it is, but to you and I, we could have did that shit, light a fucking blunt up, and we could have fucking figured that shit out. It would have been the next big fucking thing. But we're high stress fucking thinkers. You know what I mean? This is what we like to do. This is how we thrive. I don't like to thrive in that fucking area anymore. But in some situations, especially in my business, I have to thrive like that. I don't know if you guys know, I had a fucking surgery. I had a fucking appendectomy a week ago. And I can move and do shit, but I can't really work on my businesses right now, because one of my businesses is a labor business that I'm running by myself. This is a pressure washing, pressure cleaning, and the other one is a fucking screen printing business. And that actually, I haven't done the pressure washing. I'm sure it would fucking kill me, but even the screen printing, just pushing the fucking squeegee fucking hurts me, dude. And I have to think on the fly of what to fucking do. So I bought a better fucking squeegee, and I bought better fucking things, and I learned I watched videos and I gained the knowledge on how to do things a little bit less stressful on my abdomen, and it fucking works. You know what I mean? And that was just something that I had to think of on the fly, because I have orders coming in. Even though I have a fucking surgery that I just done, I didn't stop my orders. It was an emergency surgery, so people are still expecting of me. And I can't fucking let them down. I could hire somebody, but then I'd have to pay them. And right now, I have orders that I need to complete right now. I am looking for employees to fucking fill those jobs, especially with the hard labor pressure washing business. But since I don't have it right now, I wasn't prepared for it. I have to think fast. I have to do some critical thinking, move on the fucking fly. And it's just something that I'm good at. You know what I mean? And you are fucking good at it too. You little ghetto fucking kid, grew up fucked up. Mommy was fucking gone, or daddy was gone, or everyone fucking died in your family, or whatever the fuck. You have critical thinking that you can use to fucking create dollars, bro. And don't fucking forget it, dude. And don't let anyone tell you otherwise. You can create money because you have been in high stress environments that CEOs of multi-million-dollar corporations pay $100 million for, just to do what you do on a regular fucking basis. Don't ever sell yourself short. You can fucking create dollars like this, dude. You can create fucking wealth. But you just have to work at it. And I'll make another fucking video about consistency and hard fucking work. But once we break out of this barrier of I'm from a fucking poverty-stricken, no step-up having ass fucking environment, then that's when you really start succeeding, and that's when you really start going forward. And I hope you guys really take that shit to heart, because there's tons of little kids growing up in fucked up ass situations who got it way worse than you. And you know, you live in the fucking greatest country in the world, bro. Like, you literally, if you think you're in poverty here, go to fucking the Horn of Africa and then tell me that you live in fucking poverty, and you don't, bro. Like, just take that shit, take it with a grain of salt. It is what it is. You grew up in a fucked up way. Not gonna say get the fuck over it. If it's really fucking with you, go seek some professional help. But it gave you a skill that little kids like him, who are growing up fucking on Xbox and YouTube and shit with both parents in their household, they don't have. You fucking have it. Go use that shit.